living in China and doing a lot of work with the victims from sex trafficking, work with a orphanage in Romania.
Kirk's ex-boyfriend Kabat Shalom was on Ellen DeGeneres' show being all fake and gay. And if you know about Kabat having a pizza tattoo on his lip.
This whole situation around Erika Kirk just took a sharp turn into some seriously unsettling territory, and that's not exaggeration. After her former partner, Cabot Phillips, got dragged online for that strange pizza ink detail hidden inside his mouth, internet sleuths started digging deep into his old social posts. What they found? A pattern of bizarre pizza-themed jokes and comments that people are now side-eyeing hard. Things escalated fast. Then came the twist nobody saw coming. Cabot wasn't just some random guy who went viral. His first major national spotlight actually came from Ellen DeGeneres herself. She invited him onto her daytime show, introduced him to millions of viewers, and even brought his entire family on stage. That's not small exposure. That's a career launchpad. At the time, it looked like harmless fun. Cabot and his siblings pulled off that viral zombie prank that had the audience laughing like crazy. It was packaged as one of those feel-good, viral internet success stories daytime TV loves. But looking back now, critics online are questioning everything, because anyone who understands how big television works knows nothing on a major daytime set happens randomly. Every guest is vetted, every segment is planned, every storyline is polished. And here's where it gets even more eyebrow-raising. Viewers have pointed out that Ellen often made playful pizza jokes on her show over the years.
That looks great. Very stereotypical.
There's a reunion.
Have you? I hope so too. Have you met Jen before?
No, I haven't. Thing with Courtney and Lisa, and they invited me over for pizza, and Judd Apatow was there too.
You've been to my house. We've had pizza. Girl after my own heart. Do we love a pizza or what? We love a pizza. It's so good. So much.
Now, to be clear, pizza jokes are common in pop culture. There's no verified evidence tying those jokes to anything deeper. But the timing, the connections, the resurfaced posts, people aren't calling it proof, they're calling it strange. And in today's internet climate, strange is enough to spark a firestorm. We're really supposed to believe all of this is just random coincidence, especially when Charlie Kirk himself once said that pizza was used as coded language for something much darker. That's not some throwaway comment people can just ignore. When a public figure makes a claim like that, it sticks in people's minds. Then you've got the online chatter about Erika and that orphanage she was reportedly connected to in Romania. To be clear, there is no verified evidence of wrongdoing tied to that connection. But once those details started circulating, the internet did what it does best. It zoomed in and started asking questions. And when questions stack up, the mood shifts fast.
Talk about something very controversial, pizza.
Now it gets even more intense. Former behind-the-scenes staff from the Ellen DeGeneres show have made vague online comments suggesting that Steven Twitch boss may have known things.
It was so far back. I was telling these people how far back we go. I mean, okay. All right. I think they would take those in court. No, I don't want no problem. No, it's okay. So, hey, so cheers.
Important note, there is absolutely no confirmed evidence supporting claims of secret networks or hidden wrongdoing. His tragic passing was ruled a suicide by authorities, but online speculation hasn't slowed down. Some corners of the internet are trying to connect dots between Ellen, powerful circles, and symbolic imagery they believe is suspicious. Right now, those claims remain unproven theories, nothing more. What added fuel to the discussion was that not long after his death, his wife, Allison Holker, publicly defended Ellen DeGeneres. Some observers felt the public messaging shifted quickly, and that sparked even more online debate. Still, there's no verified proof of hidden motives, only speculation. At this point, the conversation has moved far beyond simple gossip about Erika's past relationships. People are dissecting timing, career moves, and public statements. Now, critics are eyeing Cabot Phillips again, Erika's ex, who's suddenly stepping into major speaking speaking spaces once occupied by Charlie. Coincidence? Strategic opportunity? Or just the internet connecting dots that may not even belong together? The tension is real. Before Charlie's shocking death, hardly anyone outside political media circles even knew who Cabot was. Now, suddenly he's everywhere, promoted as the guy meant to carry on Charlie Kirk's legacy and teach others how to lead like him. That's a massive leap, and a lot of viewers noticed it fast. Once people felt something was off, they started digging, and that's when things got messy. Cabot didn't just randomly cross paths with Erika, he dated her, and according to online timelines, that relationship overlapped with the period when Erika publicly suggested she wasn't seeing anyone. That's what raised eyebrows.
I lived out here. I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was.
Erika has said she began dating Charlie in 2018, after what she described as a 5-year stretch of being single. But critics online pointed to old Instagram screenshots from August 2017 showing what looked like flirty exchanges between her and Cabot. Now, screenshots don't always tell the full story, and social media context can be misleading. Still, the timeline confusion is what triggered serious questions from followers. People started asking, is this just messy dating history being blown up, or are details being reshaped after the fact? There's no verified evidence of wrongdoing here, just conflicting narratives and public curiosity. But when dates don't line up cleanly, the internet doesn't let it slide. Then another twist surfaced. Reshared footage shows Cabot appearing years ago on the Ellen DeGeneres show, hosted by Ellen DeGeneres. On its own, that's just a media appearance, but because Ellen has faced public workplace criticism in the past, some online commentators are reading into every association. Important to be clear, there's no evidence connecting Cabot to any misconduct tied to Ellen. Still, when timelines blur, relationships overlap, and old clips resurface, people start connecting dots whether they belong together or not, and that's exactly why this story keeps heating up. In that 2016 clip, Cabot appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show with his brother Barrett and their younger sister Millicent. They were there to talk about the viral prank where they convinced their sister there was a zombie apocalypse right after her wisdom teeth surgery. On TV, it played like harmless sibling chaos, big laughs, dramatic storytelling, the whole audience eating it up. At the time, most viewers saw it as goofy internet humor, but looking back, some online commentators say it feels different now. Not because there's proof of anything dark, if there isn't, but because once people start questioning timelines and connections, even old clips get re-examined under a microscope. After the segment resurfaced recently, viewers began pointing out details they felt were odd. They noticed how Ellen DeGeneres kept circling back to the pizza element of the prank, how the audience reactions seemed extra amplified, and how the camera zoomed in tightly on Cabot's expressions. Now, to be fair, daytime TV is heavily edited and produced for maximum entertainment. That's standard industry practice, but critics online are saying the whole thing now feels overly polished, almost too polished. Then things got even more intriguing. Not long after that appearance, Cabot's social media presence reportedly shifted. Older posts disappeared, newer ones looked cleaner and more brand-focused. That doesn't prove anything. Rebranding is common once someone gets national exposure. Still, the timing raised eyebrows. Around that same period, Erika began appearing more frequently in influencer spaces, private gatherings, and fundraising events connected to prominent political and media circles. Again, networking isn't illegal, but when two people's visibility rises in overlapping environments, observers naturally start connecting dots. Another claim circulating online involves alleged production notes suggesting the zombie prank segment was pre-approved before it fully exploded online. Important context: major talk shows often pre-book viral guests once a clip starts gaining traction behind the scenes. That's how television works. It doesn't automatically mean something secretive was happening. Still, critics argue the coordination felt strategic. The timing of Cabot's rise, Erika's growing public profile, the seamless transitions. No confirmed wrongdoing, no verified secret network. Just a series of moves that, to some viewers, felt way too smooth to be random. Now, when you zoom out and look at everything together, Cabot's rapid rise, Erika's shifting timelines, and the resurfaced attention around Ellen DeGeneres' guest patterns, some viewers are saying this doesn't feel random anymore. To them, it feels coordinated, like a narrative that was shaped carefully from the start. No confirmed conspiracy, no verified secret network, but the sequence of events, that's what people can't stop talking about. On the surface, that Ellen segment looked harmless, just another viral family moment turned daytime TV gold. Clean jokes, big laughs, a feel-good story wrapped in applause. That's how it was sold. But critics online argue that when you look at who gets repeated visibility, who gets elevated, and who suddenly becomes a recurring name in tightly managed media spaces, it starts to feel strategic. Major television shows don't randomly select guests without background checks and production planning. Every booking has a purpose. Every introduction shapes perception. That appearance wasn't just a fun sibling prank recap. It was Cabot's national rollout. The segment presented the Phillips family as wholesome, relatable, and trustworthy. Picture perfect. But then viewers noticed something else. Sitting in the audience that day was Cabot's father, Tim Phillips. He isn't just a random parent. He's known for long-standing involvement in political advocacy networks with influence in conservative policy circles. That's publicly documented. And when people saw that connection, the story took on a different tone. Then there's Cabot's brother, Barrett Phillips, who later became affiliated with Cornerstone Chapel, a large church in Virginia. He has served in youth ministry roles there, including working with middle school groups. That position is publicly listed and entirely lawful, but because the church has faced public criticism over political involvement in the past, online observers folded that into the bigger narrative too. To be clear, none of this proves wrongdoing. Being politically connected or serving in ministry isn't evidence of misconduct. But when media exposure, political ties, and rising public figures overlap this tightly, people start asking questions. And once those questions hit social media, the pressure builds fast. And that detail alone made people pause. Now you've got documented political ties, a large Virginia megachurch, and a polished national TV debut, all happening under the bright lights of Ellen DeGeneres' platform. Maybe it's coincidence, maybe it's just networking, but when the same names keep appearing in the same high-level spaces, people are going to start asking questions. And honestly, who wouldn't? After Cabot's family appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show, things didn't slow down, they accelerated. Suddenly, Cabot's visibility expanded. Interviews popped up, speaking invitations followed, podcasts looked more polished. His brand felt sharper. Now, to be fair, viral fame often opens doors fast. That's how media cycles work. But critics online say the speed and structure of the rollout felt incredibly coordinated. It was like a switch flipped. One minute he's a viral prank guy, the next he's positioned as a thought leader in political and faith-based circles. That jump is what raised eyebrows. Then, observers noticed something else. Members of the Phillips family network, including ties connected to Tim Phillips, were appearing in overlapping spaces with Erika Kirk's growing platform. Conferences, faith-based events, donor gatherings, public photos with political figures. Important context: being at the same events doesn't prove coordination. High-profile circles are often small and interconnected, but when appearances line up repeatedly, people take note. Some insiders online have claimed Cabot's rise wasn't just viral luck, but involved strategic PR backing. There is no verified evidence proving secret sponsorship pipelines or hidden brand deals. However, critics argue that certain online posts and event mentions later vanished, which only intensified speculation. Content getting deleted isn't illegal. Public figures regularly clean up digital footprints. Still, when scrutiny increases right after material disappears, it keeps the rumor mill spinning.
Please welcome Cabot, Barrett, and their 17-year-old sister, Melissa. So how long ago did this happen?
I got my wisdom teeth out last Thursday, and so it was my first time ever going under general anesthesia.
Wisdom teeth videos, and we thought, what could make it better?
At this point, nothing here confirms wrongdoing, but the pattern, fast media growth, overlapping political ties, and synchronized public visibility is what keeps fueling the conversation. Meanwhile, Erika kept stepping deeper into the spotlight. Interviews here, panel appearances there, a polished inspirational storyline about resilience and destiny. But critics online say parts of her timeline didn't line up with older posts and screenshots. That disconnect is what fueled the skepticism. And people couldn't ignore one pattern. Many of the individuals orbiting both Erika and Cabot seem to have one foot in political advocacy and the other in faith-based institutions, conferences, donor events, media platforms. The overlap was real. Now, that doesn't prove secret coordination. Political and religious circles often intersect publicly, but when doors open rapidly for two people at the exact same time, observers start whispering about strategy instead of luck. To some viewers, this no longer felt like a viral prank that spiraled into fame. It felt engineered. Again, no confirmed conspiracy, just a sequence of events that looked extremely polished from the outside. Now let's talk about the detail that really sets social media off, the pizza tattoo. In 2019, Cabot Phillips posted a photo showing the word pizza tattooed inside his lip. In the caption, he wrote, "Good to give yourself a little reminder sometimes." That line is what triggered speculation. A reminder of what? On its own, it could easily be a joke. People get random tattoos all the time. But because of previous online debates around coded language, some viewers immediately connected dots. Years earlier, Erika Kirk had publicly referenced claims that the word pizza was sometimes used as coded language in certain internet conspiracy theories. Important clarification: there's no verified evidence supporting those broader conspiracy claims, and they have been widely debunked. Still, once that context existed, Cabot's tattoo drew attention fast.
No. And then as soon as I saw that picture of him with the pizza thing on inside of his lip on the internet, I was like, that's her ex-boyfriend. It's like, yeah.
It didn't help that he occasionally referenced it again in captions like "pizza talk as the new pillow talk," which confused followers even more. Some saw it as edgy humor. Others thought it felt like an inside joke they weren't in on. Then, users noticed he liked a comment under the tattoo post that said, "One bite, everyone knows the rule," a phrase popularized in pizza review culture. That phrase itself isn't secret. It's widely associated with internet food reviews. But in a climate already charged with suspicion, even harmless references get magnified. And then critics circled back to Ellen DeGeneres. During the 2014 Academy Awards, she famously ordered pizza for the celebrity audience as a live comedy bit. It was played for laughs and became a viral pop culture moment. Completely public, completely transparent.
I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza. And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer? Yes? Harrison?
Turning the Oscars into an everyone's invited dinner party with dinner.
What do you think? Julia wants cheese. Who's your favorite movie star? They're here. Who do you want to talk to?
And then passing a very famous hat to pay the delivery guy.
What do you have, Barbie? 200? This is start. This is start. Your stock just went up. You got some money now with pizza.
Yet online commentators started stacking that moment alongside everything else. To be crystal clear, pizza jokes on television, viral tattoos, and internet memes do not equal proof of secret wrongdoing. There is no confirmed evidence connecting any of these individuals to criminal activity. But when old statements, symbolic jokes, and resurfaced clips collide in the same timeline, the internet doesn't stay quiet. And that's why this story keeps snowballing.
Let's talk about something very controversial: pizza.
And by Parisianis, you can eat your pizza however you want. You can stand, you can kneel, you can go down on the floor if you want. I don't care. Just as long as you pay. You can have a liberal amount of toppings spread out evenly on your pizza, so everyone gets their share.
The crowd is clueless.
Yeah, that's great. Very stereotypical.
At the time, that Oscars pizza bit was framed as goofy, spontaneous fun. Just Ellen DeGeneres ordering pizza for Hollywood's biggest stars during the Academy Awards and cracking jokes. It went viral for being quirky and relatable. But now, with all the recent online chatter, some viewers say rewatching it feels different, awkward, overplayed, almost too intentional. Important to be clear, there is zero verified evidence that the Oscars pizza joke meant anything beyond comedy. Still, in today's climate, once people get suspicious, they reanalyze everything frame by frame. Critics online claim Ellen continued referencing pizza in later interviews and comedy bits. Supporters say it was just a recurring joke. Comedians repeat themes all the time, but skeptics argue the delivery sometimes felt exaggerated, pointing to nervous laughter or odd timing. That interpretation is subjective. There's no proof of hidden messaging. Yet, when the same symbol keeps popping up, people start calling it a pattern. Some viewers even noted that certain celebrity guests played along comfortably, which they interpret as insiders being in on the joke. Realistically, guests on major talk shows are prepped for segments in advance. That's standard television production. But in a charged online environment, even routine staging gets spun into something bigger. Meanwhile, Cabot kept leaning into his own pizza theme online. After questions surfaced about his tattoo, he didn't delete it. He joked about it, shared memes, liked pizza-related comments. On the surface, it reads like internet humor, but critics argue the consistency felt deliberate. Again, that's interpretation, not confirmed wrongdoing. What really fueled suspicion for some observers was the overlap in professional circles. Both Cabot and Ellen operate in spaces filled with political figures, media consultants, and experienced PR teams. That's common for public personalities. High-level networks often intersect, but skeptics online describe those circles as too polished and too protected. Those claims remain unproven and speculative. At the end of the day, pizza jokes, viral tattoos, and repeated comedy bits are not evidence of criminal behavior. There's no confirmed link tying these individuals to any secret activity. But when symbols repeat, timelines blur, and public figures share overlapping networks, people start connecting dots whether they belong together or not. And that tension is exactly what keeps this conversation alive. With all these repeating symbols, familiar names, and perfectly polished public images, some viewers are saying something just doesn't sit right. To them, the pizza theme feels rehearsed, controlled, overused in a way that doesn't feel random. But let's be clear from the start, repetition alone is not proof of wrongdoing. Still, when the same joke keeps resurfacing without context, people start asking why. On the Ellen DeGeneres show, pizza bits popped up more than once. Sometimes it felt spontaneous. Other times it seemed like a callback joke. That's normal in comedy. Hosts recycle themes. Even when Jennifer Aniston guest hosted, pizza came up again during lighthearted banter. For many viewers, that's just a running gag. For critics online, it felt like an inside joke that kept resurfacing. Now, some will say this is classic internet overreach, connecting dots that don't belong together. And that's a fair caution. There is no verified evidence tying pizza jokes on television to criminal activity. But here's where context matters. Charlie Kirk had publicly stated in the past that in certain conspiracy discussions, the word pizza was allegedly used as coded language. Those broader conspiracy claims have been widely debunked. Still, once he said it, that association stuck with part of his audience. So when Erika publicly supported Cabot, the same Cabot with the visible pizza tattoo, stepping into speaking spaces once associated with Charlie, critics online called it more than coincidence. Important clarification, having a tattoo and sharing event stages does not equal hidden intent. But in a climate already charged with suspicion, optics matter. Some commentators also bring up the tragic passing of Stephen Twitch Bosch and past controversies involving Ellen's workplace environment. His death was officially ruled a suicide, and there is no confirmed evidence linking it to any broader narrative. Mentioning it in this context reflects online speculation, not established fact. At this point, what we have is a pattern of overlapping networks, repeated symbolism in comedy bits, resurfaced social media posts, and rising public figures moving in similar circles. None of that proves a hidden scheme, but it does explain why online communities keep dissecting every detail. So here's the real question. Are people simply reading too much into ordinary media behavior, or are they noticing patterns that deserve transparency? Drop your thoughts below. Like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next breakdown. And I'll see you on the next one.